Hey guys, welcome back to Thunderdome Homestead. Today I'm making ghee. And if you're not familiar with what ghee is, it's basically clarified butter. You take the butter, you heat it up, and you strain off any milk fat solids, and you take just the clarified part and you jar it up, and it becomes shelf stable. And it lasts quite some time. So if you've got a bunch of butter in your freezer taking up space, or butter in your refrigerator, or if you find a good sale on butter, it may not be a bad thing to do. So I'm going to start off. I have my oven, and it is preheated to 250 degrees. I've got about 3 pounds of butter here in a glass dish, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in the oven. Alright, so after about an hour and a half in the oven, this is what we have. You see there's a little bit of junk on the top, then there's some stuff on the bottom. Right in between is the good stuff. That's what you want. That's your ghee. This here is some previous ghee I made. You can see what it looks like when it's cold and it's solidified. So, anywho, let's get started here. I'm going to take this. It's a little mesh screen thing. And I'm going to scrape all this junk off the top. You can see here. Get you a little lower. See all that stuff just comes right off. And I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me do this for 10 minutes. So I'm going to skip to the next part. Okay. So I got me this little ladle right here, and I have my jar of ghee that I made last night. And so you can see here, I'll show you. Alright, so as you can see down here on the bottom there's that layer of milk fat solids. See that? All that stuff sinks down to the bottom. But on the top you have your good ghee right here. So, let me put you back up in the thing. So, what I'm going to do is I am just going to strain off the top. And ladle it into this jar. This one's almost full, so I'm going to have to get another one, but it's okay. And like I said before, this stuff will be shelf stable. I've had some ghee sitting on the pantry shelf for about, I would say around 4 or 5 months. And it is A-okay. Now look, you can see the difference there between the cold stuff and the hot stuff. Next jar. Yeah, it's about this simple, guys. It's not hard. You heat up your butter to where it separates. You jar up the clear stuff. Leave all the other junk out. And you have shelf-stable butter. And this stuff is really good. It tastes really good. Whenever you have regular butter, if you forget it in your pan or something like that, you'll see it start to turn brown and burn, and it affects the flavor. This stuff is not like that. Ghee has a smoke point of almost 500 degrees. So the likelihood while you're cooking of getting this stuff to the point to where it's going to burn and start tasting bad, pretty low. And once I get down to a certain level here, I'll go ahead and grab myself a couple of dish towels. I'll throw it up under the one end of this pan. And that will help me get most of the rest of the ghee out and siphoned off. And some of you who may be wondering why I'm not using this thing right here, the strainer thing with some cheesecloth in it. In my experience, I've noticed that for one, that wastes a whole bunch of ghee, and for two, a lot of these milk solids will actually make it through that cheesecloth. And those milk solids in the bottom of this are what makes the ghee go rancid, or butter. So if you leave butter out, it'll go rancid. That is what keeps butter from being shelf stable. You need refrigeration. And with ghee you don't, because you strain all of that off. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Hopefully you guys learned something today. If you got something out of this, do me a favor, hit the like button. Hopefully you can use this to start making some of your own ghee. And it's really good. It's good for you. And it's definitely a good thing to have on a shelf. If you have any experience with making ghee or any tips or tricks for other people, put it down below in the comments. You could be helping somebody else out. Anyhow, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for, man? Get her done. And I'll talk to you later.